Howdy, howdy, howdy guys, Nintendo here once again, and yes, it has been a while. I got incredibly sick for a long period of time. I'm still recovering from it, still have kind of a rattly cough in my chest, and sometimes just have trouble catching my breath, so if I sound breathy, enjoy. Anyways, I got some pickups for you guys. In fact, in this amount of time, I've gotten quite a few pickups, so there's not just going to be this video, but there's going to be at least one more pickup video coming fairly soon, so make sure you subscribe and turn on the bell notification. That way you'll know when I'm going to have more. So anyways, one of my old stomping grounds, Music Head, was a CD and vinyl shop that also used to hold metal concerts all the time, and punk concerts, and all kinds of great stuff. And they closed down a while ago, and I kind of wondered what happened to the building. My friend, I should say the owner, is my friend on Facebook, and I messaged him, but he's never really on, and he never saw my message, and I just really don't know how to get a hold of him. And I thought maybe he was still selling CDs and vinyl out of there, but like online. So one day me and my sister are going to lunch, and we pass by Music Head, and we see a sign that says, "Inside Garage Sale," and I'm like, what? So we stop in there, and there's just a bunch of stuff, just random stuff everywhere. The counter's still there from when it was Music Head, but other than that, it was just basically gutted. It was just a huge empty space with, like, stuff on the floor, and really random stuff, too. There was plushies, and there was books, and there was a few games. Anyways, I found 3 Game Boy games, starting off with Dead Heat Scramble. And these were just sitting in the original case up front, and the dude said 10 bucks for all 3 of these Game Boy games, and I was like, heck yeah, that's awesome. In fact, one of these games themselves is worth more than 10 bucks. In fact, I think most of these are worth about 10 bucks. So anyways, Dead Heat Scramble, really cool. The second game is a Konami game, Skate or Die, Bad and Rad. I mean, you could not have a title like that today. I mean, I guess you could, but it's just so 80s, my goodness. But, did I just say goodness? Anyways, yeah, Bad and Rad. I've never actually played this game before, but happy to add it to my collection. And lastly, we have Kirby's Pinball Land, which is really damn cool. I used to have this game, had a lot of fun with it, and then I don't know what happened to my copy, so really happy to add that to the collection. Okay, on to an online purchase. I got this straight up from eBay because I've been wanting this game forever, and I just could not find a copy anywhere locally. And I just decided to bite the bullet one day and order it because this is a game that I've wanted to do a video on for a really long time. And that is Scourge Hive on the Game Boy Advance. Now, you might say, why, Joel, don't you have Scourge Hive on DS? And yes, I do, but I've heard that this version's better for whatever reason. I can't remember why, but I could play it on my Retron 5, so that's the main draw of having a Game Boy Advance version, is that I could capture footage on my Retron 5. And yeah, Scourge Hive is a Metroidvania, except for its isometric view, but it's really, really a love letter to Metroid because it's a female protagonist. You do all the exploring, you get upgrades to yourself that allow you to move further, and it is a hoot and a holler, and I can't wait to do a video on this game. I have never even looked to see how many people have done videos on this game, but I've never really heard many people talk about this in my circle of friends. So while I was looking for that on eBay, I ran across something really, really cool. That copy was like 25, maybe 30 bucks. It's kind of an expensive Game Boy Advance game, you know, just loose like that. But while I was looking, I found something I could not pass for the price. I believe I paid about 60 bucks for this, but I got a sealed copy of Scourge Hive on Game Boy Advance, and when I saw it, I was just like, this is just calling to me. I don't collect sealed games. Sure, I have a few. I have many games that I've bought and I haven't played yet, so they're still sealed, and then I do have a small drawer of sealed games that I've just happened to run across that I'm just kind of keeping around for a little while. But in general, I do not buy sealed retro games, and this one, again, just called to me. And you can see right here what it looks like. It's a really, really awesome game. It's so much fun, and it's just an underrated gem, and I'm surprised it was so cheap. 60 bucks. The thing is it's in mint condition. I mean, the seal is perfect. It's great. I don't know if I want to grade it. I've never graded a video game before, but if I did, I would probably grade this one. So yeah, Scourge Hive. Check it out if you've never heard of it, and look for a video on it in the future. Moving on to modern, we've got the game that I am playing right now, and I'm obsessed with. I know everybody right now is playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and I'm like, yeah, I played a couple hours of it, and it was great, but man, did I just have to go back to Persona 3 Reload. Now, I've been in a gaming funk lately. As I mentioned, I have been pretty sick. When I'm sick, I'm tired, and I just can't concentrate on a game, so I am about 30 hours into this game, and I'm like trying to force myself to play it. As I'm recovering, I'm able to game a little bit more, but yeah. This is the game that I've been focusing on, even though it's been slow going. Persona 3 Reload is absolutely one of my favorite things that's come out in a couple of years. My first experience with Persona and Shin Megami Tensei was Persona 3 FES on PlayStation 2, which I didn't finish by any means. In fact, I didn't really play a ton of it at all. I probably put 10 or 15 hours into it, but absolutely fell in love with it, and the genre, and the series in general. And so seeing this coming out was such a pull on my heartstrings. Like, this is exactly what I wanted. Like, I couldn't have came up with this in my own head, and in my opinion, it's almost as good as Persona 5 Royal, if not better. And the soundtrack is just so good. It's honestly a near-perfect game. Of course, it does get repetitive, going up to Tartarus and having to fight through the dungeons, and then going back to the social elements, and then going back and fusing demons, and so forth, and so forth. But, okay, I was rambling there, so I'm just going to edit that out. And Persona 3 Reload, really good freaking game. Yeah, get it, play it, it's amazing. I'll get to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth at some point. Okay, have you guys ever heard of a genre called 1-bit Metroidvania? Because I have not, but I saw this game for super damn cheap. It's called Astro Knight. It's all in black and white, and it just looks amazing. It looks like a Metroidvania. It is a Metroidvania. It says it right there. But it's all black and white. It looks like it has a really cool atmosphere. I haven't put this in yet. I just got this. But I swear I paid like less than 10 bucks for this game, and I'm very happy about this one. I've never heard of it before. Have any of you guys played this game? It looks rad. Alright, why did I pick this game up? I guess because it was cheap. I think this was 20 bucks, and it's sealed, so this is not a game that I really had on my radar at all, but Akiba's Strip, or Akiba's Trip, or whatever, it's the one, I'm assuming it's Akiba's Strip, but it looks like the apostrophes. I don't fucking know. Akiba's Strip is an action game, possibly RPG elements, but you have to undress your opponents, who are undead monsters, and as you undress them, as you declothe them, they lose power. So, okay, that's about the most Japanese thing I've ever heard my entire life. But, you know, it was 20 bucks. It comes in this really cool box. It's about the same size as my Trinity Trigger, like little Day 1 edition, except for it's a little bit smaller. But I like it. It's pretty neat. It's not something I needed. That was an impulse buy, folks. Kumaju Densetsu Scarlet Symphony. This game is awesome. It doesn't really have the greatest reviews online, but I haven't really played it a ton. But what I did play was freaking fun. Hard as hell. But this game is essentially a Castlevania wannabe. You have a whip, but when you jump, you can fly. So that reminds me of like Demon Crest a little bit. But you have projectiles when you're flying, or you can use the whip. The projectiles run out, but when you kill enemies, you get more. And it's just a really fun game to explore. It's really bright and colorful, but dark at the same time, and I really like the art style. So if you haven't checked this out, Scarlet Symphony, there's 2 of them, but the other one, I think is like a download code or something like that. I can't remember, or maybe it didn't have English, but there's a reason I haven't gotten the second one. I got this fairly cheap. It's still available online. Man, I can't remember if it was from Super Rare Games or like Serenity Forge. It was like one of those smaller companies that do limited print stuff, but as far as I know, this one's still available and only maybe like 25 bucks or something like that, so check it out. It's a lot of fun if you like Castlevania games. Speaking of side-scrolling exploration games, we have a game that I never really hear too many people talking about. It is brutally hard. It's basically a side-scrolling like Souls almost, but this is Moonscars, and this is a real good time. It's very, very dark. I don't want to say it's as dark as something like Blasphemous, but it's pretty dark, and it's really fun to play. Dodge, attack, kick-ass, explore. Yeah, it's a good one. And this is another one that if you look right now, Moonscars can be found for fairly cheap. But these last few games I'm showing you, or I should say these first few games I'm showing you on Switch, at least these 2, I have the feeling are going to be very uncommon. As far as this one, I'm not sure. This is also a new pickup that I got fairly cheap, and it's also side-scrolling. And this is another one that may be kind of hard to find in the future. This is from Red Art Games, and it's a European copy. This is Helvetti, and this copy is still sealed. I haven't played it, but it's side-scrolling. You have different characters that you can control, and The art style looks really cool. I looked up a video before I purchased it. I don't just randomly purchase things. I usually look up videos, and this game did look really rad. I just haven't opened it yet. Has anybody played this game? Pretty fun? I have no idea, but I'll play it soon. Super Mario RPG! Yeehaw! Yeah, I haven't played this version yet. Still sealed. I have my original copy, which is sitting right there. Complete in box. It's awesome. It's a great game. Loved playing it. Love the RPG mechanics. I love how you can increase your attacks with timing, and yeah, it's just a lot of fun, but I have not played this version yet. What do you guys think of it? I know it's a short game, and I feel like it was pretty expensive for how short this game is. It's just a remake. That being said, it looks delightful. I can't wait to delve into it, but backlog, giant, me, gaming funk. It's not exactly working for me, but I'll get to it eventually. What do you guys think of Mario RPG? Okay, 3 more games left, and these are also games that I feel like on the Switch are going to be kind of hard to find. They're already kind of uncommon. Some of these games are holding value that's pretty damn high for being released a while ago, and I really feel like now's the time to jump on them because Switch may be on its way out, Lord willing. Stuff like Dragon Quest Monsters, The Dark Prince, this isn't really going to have a ton of copies in my opinion. I really don't see this game getting a ton of prints, and it's not really the highest rated game either, so I feel like this might be an underrated gem. I haven't played it yet actually, but I've seen footage on it and it looks really cool to me. I don't know, but I do know the Dragon Quest games do hold their value, and especially some of these off-the-wall ones, or I shouldn't say off-the-wall, but like off-the-beaten-path, not the main series games. I don't know why I said off-the-wall, damn wacky games. The Dragon Quest Monsters games, I have the feeling that the Dragon Quest Builders games are going to be uncommon, you know, stuff like that. So I would pick this up if I were you. But yeah, it looks pretty fun. Pretty neat. Capture monsters, combine them together. And I believe this is the one that has the main bad guy from Dragon Quest IV, which is my favorite one, but I could be wrong. Dark Prince? Pretty damn sure. Anyways, get this game while you can. Get this game while you can as well. I've already talked about this one time on a previous video, but Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection, so many games in one package, and it's just something that there's not a lot of copies of. I was going to show you the inside, but of course there's nothing of note there. It's really fun. I should say these games are really fun. They are isometric RPGs where you use battle chips to move around on a battlefield, shoot your enemies. It's kind of strategic, but it's also RPG-ish, and there's a lot of exploration, and it is a lot of fun. And there's legit like 10 games in here, but some of those games have doubles of each other, just like Pokemon had 2 versions of, like, you know, White and White 2, things like that. But I think overall there's 6 completely original games in here, and 10 overall. But this game is not going down in price, like, at all. Like, if you want to get this game, get it now, before it's $100. That's my prediction. You can yell at me in a year and be like, oh, it's only $30 now, Nintendo. But mark my words, one day this game will be $100. Yep. And the last game that I got is one that I got sheerly because it really sounded a lot like Dex. Now, if you've never played Dex, Dex is a Metroidvania-ish exploration game, but it's cyberpunk with a chick, and it has RPG elements, not unlike Shadowrun, which is everything I love. So when I saw this game, I was like, man, that sounds similar. And this is Ando Mutation M, and this is a limited run title that I had not heard of until recently, and man, it's a chick, it's cyberpunk, it's got RPG elements, and there's exploration, and I've played it. It's really not like Dex, but it kind of is, but man, is it cool, and man, this game is not going down in value. I have the feeling this is going to be a rare one. There are not many copies online. There are not many sealed copies online for sure. Yeah, it's just one of those games that I have the feeling is going to be uncommon as shit. So, Ando Mutation M, you want it, you need it. Cyberpunk exploration with a chick. It's literally everything I love. So there you go. Have any of you guys heard of this game? There you go. That's it. Lots of pickups. Got a ton more, so I'm going to do another video on that fairly soon. I need to do my room tour because it's quite possible we could be relocating, but we're not positive right now. But I'm going to do one more room tour, you know, just in case we are. It's a small room, but I've changed it around a lot, and I'm sure you guys want to see some of the stuff I've got, including my crazy Switch collection, which has gotten out of hand. Not out of hand like some people online, but I have like 150 freaking Nintendo Switch games, and I'm picky about which ones I get. So if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. You guys are amazing. Much love. Keep rocking the retro games.